Unmasking Whiteness, a 340-year lie that's got to end. And I want to talk to you plainly and urgently about something most of us have been taught, but few of us have truly understood. And it's time we learn what whiteness really is and where it came from and how it continues to shape the way we see each other and ourselves. From my view, unless we confront this invention for what it is, we'll stay trapped in a game rigged from the start, a game designed to divide the many and enrich very few. Now, listen, let me be clear. Whiteness is not a skin color. It's a system, a structure of belief, laws, and cultures built to elevate some and exclude others, most, as a matter of fact. It is not a personal attack. It's not about individual white people. It is about a centuries-old idea that has distorted reality and rigged society. Whiteness is a mythology. It's made real through violence, laws, and lies. Now, this is something that you listen, before the mid-1600s, no one in America called themselves white. If I had stood in Virginia in 1630, I would have not been black, and the man beside me would not have been white. He'd have been English, and I'd have been African. Our identities were shaped by culture, language, faith, not by color. But all that changed after Bacon's Rebellion of 1676, when poor white indentured servants and enslaved Africans, get that, found common cause and rose up against the land-owning elite. That frightened those that were in power. The unity amongst the oppressed was dangerous, so they created something that never existed before: whiteness. They drew a line where there had been none, and they made sure that the poor white laborer got just enough, a little land, a gun, fewer beatings, even legal protections like the 1705 Virginia law that banned whipping white servants naked in public. That made them feel better than the enslaved African. The African was given a sentence of life in bondage, and a new caste system was born. This wasn't accidental. It was strategy. Divide and rule, distract and control. For 340 damn years, the system has done its job well. It has kept working people from uniting. It has turned neighbors into enemies. It has taught us to blame immigrants, fear blackness, resent the poor, and defend the very structures that exploit us. They exploit us all. It's trained everyday people to fight over crumbs while billionaires eat feast behind closed doors. You can see very clearly in the tragedy of Tulsa's Black Wall Street in 1921. It was a thriving, self-sufficient black community, burned to the ground. Over 1,300 homes were destroyed. My folks was there. Thousands left homeless. And who lit the fires? Not the Wall Street, not the oil magnates. It was ordinary white neighbors, weaponized by fear and fed lies by the system of whiteness. A lie so deep, they saw black success as a threat instead of a triumph. Whew, dude, whiteness still costs us today. It costs black and brown people their lives, their future, their homes. It costs poor white folks the chance to see their true allies. And it costs us all a democracy that serves the people, not just the powerful. You see, whiteness doesn't want unity. It wants fear. It feeds off fear. It doesn't want us to ask why billionaires pay less taxes than teachers. It wants us to blame a migrant family for our economic hardships. It wants us to think of justice as a zero-sum game, and as is fairness for one group must come at the expense of another. God, man. And the truth is, we've been playing by the rules of a rigged game. We vote for people who pass laws that benefit the rich because we're distracted by culture wars, race baiting, and false promises. We cling to myths like color blindness or reverse racism, pretending the problem is gone because the language has changed. Wow. All of this while the system quietly remains intact. You get it? But I'm going to tell you something, we're not powerless. Keep listening. We can name this lie for what it is. We can teach the truth to our children that race is a political invention, not a biological fact, that the first step to real equality is exposing the lie that whiteness is neutral, harmless, or natural. We've got to ask some questions. What has allegiance to whiteness gotten us? Who profits when we hate each other? And who loses when we dare to stand together? Now, this is where we are. Listen now. This is our only hope. Centuries after Bacon's rebellion, Martin Luther King Jr. saw the same pattern, the elite clinging to power by dividing the masses. But he also envisioned the antidote, what he called an unsettling force. He told us that civil rights movements and all that went on there was merely the dress rehearsal, that the real struggle was still ahead. He warned that our fight would evolve from a battle from civil rights into a fight for human rights, a deeper, more global reckoning with systems of economic injustice and racial superiority and political manipulation. Dr. King foresaw a moment when those cast aside would rise up, not by hatred, but with the holy unrest, a movement not made in back rooms but in the streets, a movement that would push the envelope of justice, powered by who? We the people. And in the chaos of our current hour, through the Trump era, through anti-democratic schemes like Project 2025, the unsettling force is rising again. We don't need more blame. We need more bravery. We don't need more guilt. We need more clarity, because whiteness is not destiny. As the scholar Neil Irwin Painter wrote, whiteness is an idea, not a fact. And W.E.B. Du Bois said over a century ago, the discovery of personal whiteness is a very modern thing. So I say again, whiteness is not who you are. It is what we were taught to be. But we can unlearn it. We can refuse it. We can abolish it. Not by erasing people, but by dismantling the systems that give one group unearned power at the expense of others. We got to cut it out, and we can do it. So stop playing the rich man's game, folks. Get in the build. We got to build something better together with dignity that's not assigned by skin tone, where solidarity replaces suspicion, and where justice does not ask to wait for another 340 years. We don't have that much time. Together and only together can we unmask whiteness and unmake it, not in hate, not in shame, but in hope, in truth, and in love, and in the rising righteous belief that this is the moment Dr. King prepared us for. Good night, y'all.